Hi everyone, welcome back to Miss Upton's cooking class. It was lovely to see lots of pictures coming in from you last week making your rocky road, and also really nice to see that you were sharing those with your family and friends from a safe distance. So I really hope you enjoyed making those. This week we're going to be making Mars bar flapjacks, so enjoy! For this week's recipe you will need 250 grams of porridge oats, 125 grams of butter, you could use margarine as well, 125 grams of light brown sugar, 3 tablespoons of golden syrup, and for the topping you will need 5 Mars bars, these are the mini treat size Mars bars, and 75 millilitres of double cream. The equipment we will be using this week is a pan and wooden spoon, a mixing bowl and spatula, a chopping board, a knife, and a baking tray that has been lined with greaseproof paper. First things first, as always, make sure to give those hands a really good clean. You will need to preheat your oven to 180 degrees. Make sure to ask an adult to help with this part if you're a bit stuck. First of all, we are going to put our ingredients into our pan ready to melt. You will need to add 125 grams of butter. I've cut mine into little cubes to help it to melt quicker. 125 grams of light brown sugar. This makes a nice sticky mixture. Next, you will need to add 3 tablespoons of golden syrup. Once all your ingredients are in the pan, it's time to melt them on the top of the cooker. As you can see, I'm using the smallest ring on my cooker and it's not turned all the way up. Be careful with this part, ask a grown-up to help. You need to keep stirring the ingredients until everything has melted together. The ingredients will take a little while to melt, but don't be tempted to turn the heat up. We don't want these ingredients to boil or it will spoil your flapjacks. Now that all the ingredients have melted together and smell really yummy and sweet, you can turn off your heat and take your pan off. Really carefully, guys. We're now ready to mix our flapjacks. Into your large mixing bowl, pour your 250 grams of porridge oats and ask a grown-up for help to pour in the warm caramel mixture. You now need to use your spatula to mix the oats into the sticky caramel mixture. Make sure that they are all coated in the lovely gooey sauce. Yum yum. Once they are all coated, they are ready to go into the baking tray. You need to pour them all in, making sure not to leave any in the bowl. You're now going to use your spatula to press the oats down into a nice flat square shape inside your tin. Make sure to get it into all of the corners, nice and flat. Once it's all evenly spread out, you're going to pop your flapjacks into the oven for 15 minutes or until they are golden brown on top. So while our flapjacks are cooking in the oven, I'm going to give you your challenges for this week. This week, I want you to think about healthy eating. Even though lots of the recipes that I've been sharing with you have been treats, it's important that we always think about what we are eating and make sure that we have a healthy, balanced diet. For EYFS this week, I would like you to use a magazine to cut out pictures and put them into 2 categories. Are they healthy foods or unhealthy foods? I want you to think about what makes food healthy and what makes food unhealthy. Key stage 1. I would like you to keep a food diary for a week. Think about which foods you eat which ones are healthy, which are unhealthy. And I want you to ask yourself the following questions. What makes food healthy? What makes food unhealthy? Why should we not eat too much sugar? And why do we need vitamins? Why are they important? Key stage 2, I would like you to think about what foods you are eating this week. Is your diet a balanced one? Does it contain protein, carbohydrates, calcium, and other vitamins? Which foods did you eat this week that fit into the following categories? Fruit and vegetables, potatoes, rice, pasta and bread, and other starchy foods, oils and spreads, dairy and alternatives, and beans, pulses, meat and fish. So I want you to think about how much of each of those ingredients you eat each week, and hopefully your fruit and vegetables will be the biggest portion. How could you make your diet more healthy? Have fun with those, guys. I'm just going to get our flapjacks out of the oven. You will know that your flapjacks are cooked when they've turned a lovely golden brown colour. When they first come out of the oven, they will still be quite soft, so you need to leave them to cool for a little while and they will set really nicely. While they are cooling, we can get on with making the Mars bar topping. This would also work well with a Snickers bar, or you could try other chocolate bars if you would like. First thing you need to do is to chop up your Mars bars into small chunks. Once they are all chopped up, you need to put them into your saucepan. And you're going to add your 75 millilitres of double cream. Again, I'm using the smallest hob on a very low light to melt our topping. Ask a grown-up to help with this part. Don't want anybody to get burnt. Be patient, keep giving it a little stir and wait until all the Mars bars and cream have melted together. Keep your mixture on the very low heat, being patient with it until all the Mars bars have melted into the cream and you have a nice smooth mixture. Don't let your mixture boil. Once you have a nice smooth chocolatey topping and a cooled flapjack, you're going to add your topping. Be careful with this part as it can be quite hot. Ask an adult to help you. Pour over the chocolate topping. The chocolate will spread out a little bit itself, but just give it a little helping hand by smoothing it out with your spatula. Make sure to get into all the corners and cover all of that yummy flapjack. Once it's covered, it's ready to pop into the fridge, where you need to leave it for about an hour for the topping to set. Once your flapjack has set in the fridge, it's ready to cut into small squares. This can be quite tricky, so ask a grown-up to help. Your flapjack's now finished and ready to enjoy. I hope you liked making our Mars bar flapjacks this week. Take care everybody, enjoy the sunshine, and I'll see you all next week. Bye bye.